family, welcome back to the Ebony Odyssey. My name is Jermaine Long, and I am a servant of the Most High God. I really appreciate you coming along, and as always, enjoy the journey. Today's topic is no need in pointing fingers. And my support scripture for this is Psalm 52 verse 7, and it reads, "Lo, this is the man that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness." Now, family, when I read these scriptures, I usually only think about myself and, how my life has been centered around, this story of the Most High, and how I've turned my back on him at every turn. He hasn't never turned his back on me, but I have often turned my back on him in my own pursuits or my own lusts or my own pride. I've turned my back on the Most High many times to pursue the things that were not of him. And this right here is a great scripture about having that understanding. It says, "Lo, this is the man that made not God his strength." If God is not your strength, then you are a weak individual. Think about that. Because as you continue forward on your journey, you're going to hit these hills, and you're definitely going to hit these valleys, and it's going to take you up and down, and you're going to reach out, and who are you going to be able to depend on? Because sometimes your family, won't be there for you, and sometimes your friends won't be there for you. Sometimes your spouse won't be there for you, or your children. So who are you going to depend on? And we always know what the parents would say in the old days: "I brought you in this world, I can take you out." But I love the fact that the Most High knew me, before I was even here. And he's going to know me long after I'm a forgotten memory of someone in my family. So think about that. He's the one who ultimately allowed us to come here. He was the one who allowed our mothers and fathers to create life as it is, and allow us to come into existence. So if it's not for God, then it's no one. And so we trust in these abundance of riches, and leaving America, this is one of those things that was a high priority. We think we have something. We work night and day, day and night, and we have no time for our families. We have no time for ourselves. And, we think this is the understanding of making it, the understanding of getting to the next level. For whatever reason, this is the priority of life. When you finally get a job that you think pays decent, and you work yourself to death for this job, in the end, just to see that you are no closer to God than when you began the job, and your family is no closer to God because you haven't even had time to spend and teach them about the Most High and his ways. So, man, it's so many things that kind of keep us from where we're supposed to go. But if you read this scripture, when we're trusting in that abundance of riches, it ain't gonna get us nowhere. And strengthening ourselves in wickedness. I spoke about this kind of on the last message, on the Real Talk message that me and my wife had looked over. We are strengthening ourselves in wickedness. We are trying to get more weapons of war, just so we can go to war with our fellow brothers, our fellow sisters, our neighbors, our friends, because we are not in the business of defending and uplifting and, holding each other accountable to where we can all prosper as a people. No, we're about still killing and destroying, because our whole heart is centered around taking. Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? You know, that's one of my favorite scriptures because it just hits to the heart of people. God knows my heart. He absolutely does. And that points out that it's deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. But, you know, no need in pointing the finger. That's just the thought for today, because, you know, you can point to everybody else when you're really the problem. And when I say you, I mean me. You know, it's a lot of things that I need to do and I want to do and I have to do. And the only reason I hit roadblocks sometimes is because I'm not waiting on God, or I'm not understanding what He wants or how He wants me to move. You know, so we all need to take a step back, think about it, and then make sure that we're coming at this thing accordingly. So, family, I appreciate you for listening. And as always, enjoy the journey.